Now y'all know. Y'all know. Once I stop messing with that wacky tobacco, I just be yapping. I got stuff to say. So we need to have a conversation. This is for my younger people, my younger followers, my younger audience. When it comes to work, go to work and go home. Like, don't get me wrong, coworkers can be a blessing. They can make the day go by a lot easier. They add a little spice. Like my new job, I got some really funny ass coworkers. They're cool people, genuinely. But I've learned my lesson one too many times about fraternizing with coworkers. I keep it surface level. I keep it cute. I keep it sweet. I keep it short. I don't get myself emotionally involved in any coworker. And it's not because, I don't like y'all, I think I'm better than you. It's nothing beyond. I would like to continue to enjoy my workspace. And unfortunately, when you get too close with certain coworkers, and you never know which ones they are until they show their ugly head. When you get too close and too involved with other coworkers, you can play yourself straight up out your job. Genuinely. Like when you start to find out all the inner workings of the job, and you start to hear people's tea and their drama and the things that they got going on, and the fact that the staff be hunching and all sorts of other stuff, unfortunately it makes you humanize these people, and you can sometimes learn based off of their actions that are happening behind closed doors that you don't really respect these people like that. And that's not a healthy dynamic in a work environment. We're not meant to know each other's outside of work business. It's one thing if somebody says I'm married. Cool. It's another, somebody says I got kids. Cool. But when they get to oversharing, over explaining their outside life to you, you have to be very careful about that. And you also have to be careful about trying too hard to make friends at work. There are, unfortunately, in life, work, anywhere you go, there's going to be people that don't like you, whether that has anything to do with you or not. That's neither here nor there. But if you start to allow the way that your coworkers feel towards you affect you emotionally, that type of behavior can get you it can play you right about your spot. And there's times where that's the entire goal of the person that is messing with you. I don't get too involved with my coworkers. If I say something, say somebody asks me for a piece of advice on an issue that they're having at the job, right? Because I think this is a pretty common aggravation at the job. Somebody asks you, hey, how do you do this? Or hey, what's your opinion on this situation? Or hey, they're just in general asking how to do something, why something is a certain way. They're asking you a question, right? You answer that question, and then they tell you that you're wrong, or they go and they do the opposite, or they have to sit there and figure it out for themselves. Let them do that. It should not affect you at all that that's what they're doing. It shouldn't upset you. Y'all are not friends. Even when your friends don't listen to your advice or do what you tell them to do. Don't let yourself get emotionally involved in that. You make your statement. You make your matter of fact statement or your opinion statement. And whatever they say after that, that's on them. Whatever they do after that, that's on them. Don't get yourself too emotionally involved in your coworkers. And I want to remind anybody that's ever forgotten, these people are not your friends. Don't get me wrong. You could meet somebody at work and one day y'all could become very close and you could actually become friends. That's a beautiful thing when that happens. But if you go to work with this idea that ooh, my coworkers are my friends and these are my people and we're cool, and you could very easily screw yourself out of your position. You can very easily, because what can start to happen is you could be hurt by these people's actions because you feel that you had some form of friendship or some sort of relationship more than you did, and really the relationship is just built on a commonality, which is we both go to the same place for 40 hours a week, and that can hurt your feelings. I had that exact situation happen to me because I went back to my old company, but I started in a new position, and I thought that these girls that were on my old team were my friends, and I had to find out the hard way they never were my friends. They were very much just coworkers. It's not even so much that they pretended to be my friend. It's more of we had something in common. And when I left and I found a new position, we didn't have that in common anymore. And that was all that the relationship was built on. And unfortunately, that's a harsh reality that you have to come to, especially when you're a friendly person and you believe the things that people tell you. Because these people would tell me they love me. Like, even as recently as like me coming back, one of them even said, I love you. And I didn't know if I heard it properly, so I didn't really act on it. Like, I didn't respond to it. And I'm glad that I did not respond to it, because clearly you don't. Clearly you don't, because you're not doing what a real friend would do if you quote unquote love me. Be very careful about getting too close to your coworkers. You are there to make money. My dollars that I have in my pocket that I like get at the end of each 2 weeks, those are the friends that I make it work, and those are the only friendships that I need to maintain when I'm in that building, is getting my motherfucking money and getting the fuck up out of there. I have friends at home. I got a girl at home that I can go home to and I can vent about how I feel. And that's one thing, you gotta have a good support system. Like, you gotta have good friends and good people around you, friends, family, whoever it is that you can talk to and you can vent about work, and it's not your coworkers. Because that's another thing. You can have intimacy bonding over a common enemy or a common opposition, which could be, oh, we have this boss and she's not a very nice person, and we have that in common, so now we're getting close and now we feel like we're friends because we went through the same difficulty together and we helped each other through that. And again, even that is not enough for you to build an actual friendship. And I'll reiterate too, it's not that you cannot ever make friends at work. It's not that you'll never find a friend at work. There's plenty of people that do meet friends at work. I've met people at work that when they hit me up, we have a conversation and it's cool. They clearly, the relationship was more than just beyond these four walls. Like, it was more than just within these four walls. They clearly liked me more than just at work. And that's great, but I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't expect to have a lot of relationships like that. Because sometimes you're just friends because you're in the same place at the same time. All right, don't let these people trick you up out your spot, because they will. All right, thank you all.